Dr. Swanton, you have discovered that air pollution may trigger lung cancer in never smokers. Tell us a little bit more about your found.
So it's been established that there is an association between air pollution and lung cancer. What we didn't know is whether air pollution directly causes lung cancer, and if so, how. So we looked at three different aspects. First of all, we looked at the geographical distribution of air pollution with a particular type of non-smoking lung cancer, EGFR mutant lung cancer. And we saw a close correlation between rising particulate levels, PM2.5 levels, and the incidence of EGFR mutant lung cancer. The second thing we did is we had 3 animal models where we could induce a mutation in the lung epithelial cells and then expose mice to pollution. And in each of those models, 2 EGFR models and 1 KRAS mutant model, we show that there's an increase in number or grade of tumours when exposed to pollution. So that doesn't tell us how, what's the underlying mechanistic basis, and through a series of studies in both humans and mice, we found that interleukin-1 beta is released probably from macrophages and epithelial cells in the lung in response to pollution exposure. And that results in the sort of transdifferentiation of a rare population of cells in the lung called the alveolar type 2 cell into a progenitor state, stem cell-like state. And if that cell happens to harbour one of those rare mutations that I alluded to, then we think a cancer might form. Now, the last point is, do these mutations occur in normal tissue in healthy adults or in adults? And we find evidence that in our autopsy study and also a healthy adult study, collaboration with James DeGregory in Colorado, we find evidence of KRAS or EGFR mutations in over half of biopsies that we sample. So these oncogenic mutations are sitting in your normal lung tissue, but those are insufficient to cause cancer. What we think we need on top is for those mutations to be in the right cell at the right time when exposed to pollution, for that cell to expand and initiate cancer.
So now you established a direct cause of air pollution. How can politicians who focus on green cities and better environment, how can they use your data to improve the environment to reduce lung cancer in the future?
Well, I think the first thing to say is that PM2.5s aren't just associated with lung cancer. We find 6 other cancer types associated with PM2.5s. But also we know PM2.5s are associated with cardiovascular disease, premature dementia, diabetes, low birth weight babies, responsible for 8 million deaths a year globally. This is as many as tobacco. So this is a silent killer. And politicians have to be absolutely aware of this. And when designing cities and when thinking about transport policies, think very carefully about how pollution emissions are at the center of those policies to lower them as much as possible and to reduce risk, because we have no choice over the air we breathe in cities.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Thank you.